Hey folks, welcome to another ACF Chat Fridays. More people might join in a minute. If not, I think it's okay. We probably just get started. Um, so to start off, since the last ACF Chat Friday, we've had a couple pretty big releases. We released ACF 6.6 and some bug fixes for that. Put that blog post in the chat in case anyone wants to read it. We don't have a set agenda for today, so if anyone wants to unmute or type a question in chat, we can just kind of treat this as an open office hours. But yeah, happy to answer any questions you guys might have. Should probably introduce ourselves as well. I'm Matt Shaw. We've got Phil Johnson and Anthony here as well, and Mike Davey.
Yeah, 6.6 was the big release with the blocks v3. So that was a pretty much wanted update from everyone.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with why blocks v3 was important, I think the main one is that it takes advantage of Core's blocks version 3 API, which basically makes your theme styles not compete with the WP admin styles. So like your buttons won't look like WP admin buttons, they'll look like your theme's buttons. And scale that out, to all the styles of your theme. You won't have this competition between your styles. If all of your blocks are on v3 of the WordPress core, which now your ACF blocks can be on that version. One thing that keeps catching, I think, myself and many people off guard is that it's not just that upgrading your ACF blocks to v3 will make it use that iframed approach, which separates the styles. It's all of your blocks. So if you have any block from any plugin, even if it's not ACF, that's still on v2, you'll still be in that old version. So just one extra thing to watch out for. But once you do get that, all of your blocks on v3, it's actually a really awesome experience with the styles being accurate to how your theme is, because your front end and your block editor finally look the same. I can say with confidence because I've been playing with a theme for a bit here. So,
And this was a big component that enables the next feature that we're working on at the bottom of the blog post. It says there like anticipated inline editing for ACF blocks, which Phil, you've been working very hard on. So that's right? Like V3 was kind of needed before this, right?
yeah, it kind of paves the way for us to do a whole bunch of things that were a little bit more difficult to do with our V2 version. So a lot of the upgrades for V3 also help us, build a lot of cool new stuff that's going to make ACF blocks even better.
And
Like
if
in my,
anyone
yeah,
joining right now has not had a chance to try it, highly encourage you to try it. There's if you're wondering how do we adapt to the new site editor experience, there's an editor that pops out now when you click the edit button on your block. So it's just a more focused, bigger area to work in, which is great because I've tried to work on repeaters in the sidebar and it's the worst time sometimes because that sidebar can't get bigger. Yeah.
The other nice thing too is it lets you resize, like if you're still using like traditional meta box fields on a poster page or whatever, then it allows you to resize that section if all your blocks are v3, which I think
true.
is really nice.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
surprised me when I saw it. I was like, wait, I can click this?
Yeah.
So yeah, anybody have any questions? Anything we can help with? Anything going on that you want to chat about? Feel free to just unmute or leave a comment in the Zoom chat. Hi, Anna.
Hey guys, just joining in to listen, hear the latest
Cool,
from y'all's perspective. So this is really helpful. Thank you.
for sure. Thanks for coming to the ACF Chat Fridays.
Yeah. Yeah, we're happy to answer the latest, like any questions that folks might have on like any area to focus on and that we've been working on. Like, it's pretty like inline editing is not the only thing we're focused on. So like it there's a lot of stuff that is improving in ACF that if you have any questions about or anything that's kind of bugging you that we can maybe surface. So this is the place to do that.
Is there a place in the documentation that describes the inline editing and how to use it? There will be when we release the feature, which is going to be soon. Sorry, David, I saw you unmuted there. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I use here. I'll even come on camera. I've been using ACF for a long time, and Matt mentioned something about with the meta editing experience. It's a little challenging sometimes, but it's and this is specifically my use because I will build a pick list that has potentially 20 or 30 items in it, and I want to sort them manually, and that when I can only see 8, it's a bit of a challenge, but being able to resize that would be great without having to hack the CSS code, which I've done in the past.
And which section is that you would like to reset? Are you saying the entire just the meta like the top of the meta box area being able to move that? Or are you saying like horizontally there's something you want to resize?
Oh, I have content where I'm taking things from a list on the left and dropping them, populating a list on the right. And the stuff on the left is, I don't know if it's always in the right order, but it doesn't matter because I will work on this over time and, come back and add things as I've, add things to my. So in this use case, I have a page about a periodical. The periodical has issues. Um, I don't have all the issues right now, and I archive them over time, and then I add them to my site, and then I have to go back and add them, to the periodical, and they get added to the end, except that, I've just now discovered issue 1, and now it's at the end, and there are 20 issues, and dragging it up is a bit of a challenge,
Oh,
and dragging it to the middle is even worse because of the jumpiness of that particular control.
interesting.
Is that a
Is it-
repeater field that you're using?
No, it's a relationship.
Relationship field.
Yeah.
So I guess like would having an option to just like move an item to the top like as a bulleted like an action, would that improve it any for
That
you?
would only improve
Just the one, right? It
one
would
kind of
still be the
problem. Yeah,
middles.
it's the, I have 20 or so issues of this periodical, and I've, added, issue 5 and issue 7 and issue 3. I don't need them at the top. I need them sort of in
I
the
almost
middle.
wonder if we need like or if it would make sense to have like you know how like when you look at the media library you have the two buttons, there's the grid view and the list view.
Mm-hmm.
It almost I almost wonder if there's a way to do like a compact view of these repeatable pieces, like if that would help any, but I don't know what that UX would be because I feel like this is kind of a core problem on the web, isn't it? Like
Mm-hmm.
a list
Yeah.
of things, reordering them is hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's right.
But it would be interesting to be able to be like click on it and be like assigned to number and then type an index to where it moves it to that index. That would at least get you closer, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. What I have done in the past is, hack the CSS with, just in the browser to make that window taller, which
Okay.
makes life easier for
Yeah,
reordering.
at least you can now see all of it or most of it, depending on how much content, but
Yeah.
you at least get more room to drag in.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
at
easier
least
to
that
drag
improved.
Cool.
Yeah, I wonder if that should just be a core. Some of our fields, I know for sure you can change the width of them. But I wonder if that should just be a core setting in the field where you can also change the height of them.
Mm. I
Oh,
would not object.
That's a good idea.
At least for some fields, like for an input field, obviously, like it makes
That
more
way it like
sense.
allocates that much space for the field in the view. That's
Yeah.
super smart.
Just to confirm my understanding, like you're using the bottom area to show your fields, and is it that the block editor is taking up too much space that you
Oh
don't
no,
have?
you know what? You tell me to share my screen?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have the permissions open to do that.
Okay. One sec. Let me go to, here we go.
This might be the first time we're getting a demo from that we're not like sharing screen on.
All right. Oh, cool. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Okay. So here's my, these are all my ACF fields that I've attached to, a content type, right?
Mhm.
And
Oh, I see it.
and see issues here, right? And I can only see, I don't know how many this is. And I think this
Oh
one,
my gosh, yeah.
I think I've managed to sort this one, but I sort it by hand. And the reason I can't sort it, after the fact with an ordering statement is because I'll end up with volume 3, number 1, and then it'll be volume 3, number 10,
Right.
because of the
Mhm.
way ASCII sorts. Um, and there are literally, I mean, you can see that there are, I don't know, 600 or 700 issues across different, magazines here.
So you're dragging and dropping from here within this small
Oh,
area.
I just click it, it comes over there, but it gets populated at the bottom. And then I
Mhm.
have to,
Yeah,
you know,
I see. Yeah.
and going, uh,
Yeah, no, that's
the horrible jumpiness.
Yeah.
that. And then if you go too far, maybe you lose
Oh
it.
yeah, it goes right to the top, and then I'm like, I'm scrolling through it, and with only, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-ish, items shown, it gets a little, hinky trying to put something in the middle of the list.
That's where I wonder if next to that the minus button, maybe there's just like 3 dots. You click that and maybe assign to
Maybe,
an
yeah.
index or something like that. Maybe that's a UX. I don't know. That seems more confusing, maybe. This is why we have UX people.
Yeah. And then you'd have to show the index as well.
You'd have to,
Yeah, that's
That could
true.
just add
yeah.
clutter. So,
'Cause
And so, like I said, my solution is to, inspect this, particular thing in the HTML and say, okay, make it taller,
mhm.
as
yeah.
they say.
Would that being resizable help you any? Like the
Absolutely,
entire container?
100%.
Ah, okay. Maybe that's a thing to do
Yeah, because I don't need it all the time. I just need it once in a
for
while.
quick edits. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that would solve it for it. Just having a corner of that entire
Yep,
container just
yep.
to
Somewhere
drag
just be able
downward.
to, click, drag it, make it bigger. Yep,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, because
I don't
it's
think I've ever noticed how we've got a very limited space there.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Hey, I will not object to you solving my problems.
Yeah, that's why we have this Chat Friday. Seriously, like it helps us just get a pulse on what people are doing and how people are using different features because, us building the core software, we're never going to be stress testing it exactly the way you are because we don't have real content that we're working against when in development. I mean, we got our test content, but it's never the same as the real thing that people are actually visiting and interacting with. And
Yeah.
so it really helps to see that.
Um, I have um perhaps an odd request. If I have two content types that are related to each other, um, and so the question here really is uh, within publications come out on a specific time usually, and so I've assigned a publication date to that thing, uh, to the issue itself rather, and then within the issue there are articles, and I also want that pub date populated over to the article. Now, I just wrote a little, bit of PHP code that looks to see if that field is empty, and if it is, it goes and grabs it. Um, but I wouldn't object to a more visual tool for making that happen.
And what was the action that would be making happening?
Oh, it would copy, a bit of information from uh, the related content type
Uh-huh.
into, this dependent content type. But it's not necessarily dependent, it's just that they're related.
Okay. So like if I have a directory of employees and categories to put them in,
Hmm.
like as separate post types, are
Hmm.
you saying that so like I have employees and then categories, if I add, or if I've got 4 categories, if I add an employee, are you saying that it would import the category data as part of that employee? Is that what I'm understanding or no?
Um, I'm having a hard time imagining that. What I'm looking at is at the article level of, indexing a magazine.
Hmm.
I need to present the pub date of the article.
Hmm.
And I, like I said, I wrote just a little PHP uh, piece to look and see, does this article have anything in the pub date field already? If not, go get it from the issue.
I see. Okay, that's the part. The if not, go do it. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
yeah.
just to clarify, is the pub date a ACF field?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. So it's not called date. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything and yeah, I don't think there'll be anything automatic. I mean,
No.
um with two different content types, like the closest thing we have is the bidirectional setting in
Yep, which I love.
in the
Yes.
relationship fields, but I don't think we have any way to um I think the closest thing would be to use a filter or something for
Mm.
like um on the field value on the other item to grab it from the original item.
Yeah.
What you're saying is you'd like a way to just kind of almost mark those two non-relationship fields like as sort of bidirectional in a way, right? Just to make sure I
Right, right.
understand that.
If this relationship exists,
Yeah.
so to me visually it would be, you could say, here are two fields that tie these two content types together. And if that connection exists, then, from this other field, populate the one field.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Can definitely bring that back to Ian, our product manager.
And that's like if the fields are the same name, probably. Like if they're both pub date, then
Yeah.
pull the pub
Oh,
from that
yeah.
other.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's important too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge crisis for me, but for folks who are using ACF who aren't, programmers, or who cannot, I mean, I actually didn't write it. I told Claude to write it for me. But, for folks who don't realize that they can do that, right?
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. Sounds difficult to
Yeah, I'm
develop
like,
in a way, but
because like I know that logic and I've played in there a lot, and I'm like, whoa, how would I do that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
sounds interesting though.
hmm.
Yeah, it would have to be a visual rule builder kind of
Yeah,
tool.
that's kind of what it's like. Conditionals with a result
Mhm.
is what
Mhm.
it's like a conditional that does an action is what I'm kind of envisioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That was cool.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and my site has so my site's about vintage computers, about Timex Sinclair computers. And I have how many magazines? Two 200-ish magazines and 1,600 issues and approaching 13,000 articles.
Wow.
And they're, it's like a little tree or roots.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot to manually drag.
Well, yeah, right. Build it over several years and it's not so painful. But yeah, ACF has been absolutely a lifesaver in terms of being able to build this the right way and leverage that content and slice and dice it. I use primarily loops and logic for getting the stuff out from from ACF, and that's really, really nice. It's not as fast as PHP code itself, but otherwise it's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great to hear. We have fun working on it.
I hadn't heard of that loops and logic before. Just
Really?
learning it now. Yeah.
Oh my God. You guys need to check it out because they've you know they work with ACF. That's one of the few. It's like three other things that they have extensions for. Yeah, it's really
Oh, I
nice.
see. Okay, so it's like a component library, like web components
No,
for
no,
things.
it's a scripting language.
Okay. Because I see like they have a component called loop, and then you got like li elements inside of that loop component, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
you
it tells it
can.
to loop through them
Um,
as variable data.
do you remember Cold Fusion?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
And that you could write queries, except you don't write SQL queries in loops and logic. You give it this long set of criteria, like
You just tell it a data object or data, a piece of data, and it knows that's looped or that
yeah,
it has
yeah,
instances.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
can do
that's cool.
all sorts of really interesting stuff with that.
Hmm.
Huge time saver.
Yeah, pretty cool. Anyone that uses a duck for their logo is cool by my book too. Cyberduck, shout out. I don't know if Cyberduck's still good. Is that that's kind of dating my web dev.
Cool. Anyone else have any questions, concerns, bugs they have ran into, or has anyone tried out ACF Blocks v3 yet?
Oh, I hope we get some feedback on that soon.
Yeah. I mean, we have gotten some
Well,
good
yeah, I mean,
feedback on it so
I want to hear
far.
people.
Yeah. V3 resized panel is great. Yeah, definitely. Love being able to use fields like flexible content and repeater, even though if Liam were here, he'd probably yell at me because you don't really need those in blocks due to the nature of blocks. But I mean, sometimes it just can't be helped.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you want to have a very simple field to edit too, right? Like some people want not inline editing. They want form editing. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that yeah, that you are liking that because it's obviously a big UX change from V2 where you were flipping the whole block. And, I think we weren't totally sure that people were going to like that, but it seems like all the feedback we've gotten on that UX change has been positive. So
Yeah, I was super nervous about it. I really thought like it was going to be a 50-50 split of people that liked the old and the new. Um, but yeah, we haven't seen that. I actually haven't seen any negative on the experience change because I mean it is opt-in, right? So it's
it
not
is.
gonna.
So it's rolling out slowly. So I'm sure
Yeah,
we still have a lot to hear from people, but
but opt-in is a very good way to go with these kinds of things.
some colleagues in the team here are used to Excel or something similar. Oh yeah, for like form
For
editing.
data entry, yeah, it makes sense. Like you just want to tab through it and not think about what it visually does. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we've been so caught up in inline editing, we've not thought of the opposite of like folks that don't want inline editing, huh? Like, I mean, not that we haven't thought of them, but it's like you've not thought of that perspective of this new fancy feature, but like it's gonna be not the experience that some people want. But yeah, we do pretty good about that's why we version things and that's why we block versions and all of that stuff. It's kind of puts our line in the sand on those features so people can still be comfortable.
Yeah, and also inline editing is going to be totally opt-in. So it's like
Yeah, that too, right?
that form's not going anywhere. You can
You
always
have to
do.
pretty explicitly make something inline editable too. So it's like
Yeah.
we're not changing the experience, we're just enabling the experience. So yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till we do a demo of that here.
Well, we did already.
Oh
Months
yeah, I
ago.
guess so. Yeah, that's true.
That was a while
Yeah.
back, though. And I think
Yeah.
things have
Yeah,
been
so
polished and
there
Yeah, there's-
refined.
there's a little thing for y'all to dig through our past look for the Easter egg of Phil demoing inline editing because we totally did way early.
Yeah, if you YouTube ACF inline editing, it should come up.
Man, when was that? I feel like it was like December last year, maybe something like
No,
that.
I think spring maybe.
Spring.
April.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I'm thinking of Blocks V3. You were kind of doing some demos there, I think. Oh, there it is.
Mike Davies on it.
So yeah, if y'all want to see the earliest iteration of this, it's only gotten 1,000 times better.
If I'd say 1,000 ant, don't over.
Hey, they don't know what a unit is, so
Just kidding.
I'm just saying it's that good, Phil.
It is cool. Anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, if there are no others, we might close a little early, but feel free to jump in if you got a burning question. No questions here? All right, cool.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback and thanks
Yeah,
for
this
sharing,
was
David. That
fun.
was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear from you guys about how you're using things and how we can make things better. So yeah, we'll definitely take those into our planning sessions.
And I'm immediately gonna go look into how easy it would be to put a resize element on that container for you. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Well,
Thanks,
yeah.
everyone.
Thanks. See you on the next Chat Friday. That'll be next month, I believe. We do these monthly. And just keep an eye on our Twitter and you'll see the next date and the place to RSVP. Cool. Bye.
See ya.